Alright, what is going on everybody? Pretender here, back on another Honkai Star guide, and let's face it, you're here either because you either picked Bronya from the 300 or you just lost 50-50, is what it is. Now I'm going to show you how to make her really broken. So today I'm going to be going over Bronya's kit, her best Lightcones, best relics, and stats for the relics. Before I get to the video, if you guys can drop a sub to show your appreciation, we just hit over 1k, I am super grateful, thank you all very much. I will continue to provide guides like this, along with summons, other types of guides, all that kind of stuff, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's get straight onto the video. So Bronya is a wind character following the path of harmony. Her basic attack deals wind damage equal to 100% of Bronya's attack to a single enemy. Her skill is where she gets very good. She dispels a debuff from a single ally, and allows them to immediately take action and increase their damage by 66% for one turn. So not only are you getting a debuff this spell, so a cleanse right there for the person you select, you also let your character that you select get a free turn. That alone is so broken. Not only do you get a cleanse, not only do you get another turn, you also get a 66% damage increase for one turn. And when the skill is used on Bronya herself, she cannot immediately take action again. So if Bronya uses her skill on herself, she can't immediately take action. Her ultimate increases the attack of all allies by 55% and increases the crit damage equal to 16% of Bronya's crit damage plus 20% for 2 turns. So Bronya's buff from her ultimate also does scale from her crit damage. She increases allies' crit damage based on her own. Her talent, after using her basic attack, Bronya's next action will be advanced forward by 30%. Technique, after using Bronya's technique, at the start of the next battle, all allies' attack increases by 15% for 2 turns. Moving on to her bonus abilities. First one, when Bronya is on the field, all allies deal 10% more damage. Second one, at the start of the battle, all allies' defense increases by 20% for 2 turns. And third bonus ability, the crit rate for basic attack increases to 100%. So with this trace, every time you do a basic attack, it will be a guaranteed crit. She does not need crit rate at all. To be fair, she is also a support skilling or something else. Building her with crit rate would be very odd, but she does not need it because the only attack she has is her basic attack, and that will be a guaranteed crit. Really quickly going over her Eidolons. Her first Eidolon, when using the skill, there's a 50% fixed chance of recovering 1 skill point. This effect has a 1-turn cooldown. Second Eidolon, when using skill, the target ally's speed increases by 30% after taking action, lasting for 1 turn. Fourth Eidolon, after an ally other than Bronya uses basic attack on an enemy with wind weakness, Bronya immediately launches a follow-up attack on the target, dealing wind damage equal to 80% of Bronya's basic attack damage. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per turn. In her 6th Eidolon, the duration of the damage boost effect placed by the skill on the target ally increases by 1 turn. So if you guys don't remember, the damage buff on the ally you use lasts for 1 turn. Now with E6, it lasts for 2 turns. Moving on to Bronya's best Lightcones, her best Lightcone is actually the other standard Lightcone that is her signature Lightcone. What it does is increases the wearer's energy regeneration rate by 10% and regenerates 1 skill point when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally. This effect can only be triggered once after every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. So the first time you use your ultimate, you will recover a skill point due to the fact that you are using it on the team, and using it on the team also is considered using it on an ally, so the requirement is active there. And the next time you use the ultimate, you will not regenerate a skill point, but the time after that you will regenerate a skill point, and it just loops like that. That's how this Lightcone works. When the wearer uses their skill, the next ally taking action except the wearer deals 30% more damage for 1 turn. So with this Lightcone, when you use your skill on an ally, not only are you getting the debuff cleanse, not only are you getting another turn, not only are you getting the damage boost from her skill, you are also getting a damage boost from this Lightcone with another 30%. So this Lightcone is her best in slot. It is a very good option. Another extremely good option is the 4-star past and future Lightcone. What it does is when the wearer uses their skill, the next ally taking action except the wearer deals 16% increased damage for 1 turn. This one is really good for her due to the fact that when you pop your skill, you give the person you use the skill on another turn. You're usually always going to be using that on your DPS. And so with this Lightcone, the next time your DPS attacks will do increased damage with this Lightcone as well. So from the increase you get from her own skills, you also get an increased damage from this Lightcone. And since it's the 4-star one, possible to have R5, and the effect doubles, and now you get a 32% increased damage for 1 turn. Very solid option if you have this. This is another 4-star option you can use. It is not the greatest due to the fact that you're only going to be using this if you are pairing her with another wind DPS. What this one does is after entering battle, if an ally deals the same damage type as the wearer, damage dealt increases by 12%. So you would need another wind DPS to be using this Lightcone, and at R5, the effect is increased to 24%. So again, only really bother using this Lightcone if you are using her with another DPS such as Blade. Otherwise, this Lightcone becomes useless. And another solid option, which can be a little bit tricky to use depending on how you speed tune your team, is the Dance Lightcone. What it does is when the wearer uses their ultimate, all allies' actions are advanced forward by 16%, and at R5, that 16% becomes 24%. This is a very nice bonus to have, but again, if you are speed tuning your team, it is a little difficult, and it could be a little difficult. Obviously, you can play it to where you're using this Lightcone, and this is what helps with your speed tuning, but usually this one is not the go-to due to the fact that you don't get any sort of offensive buffs with it besides the action forward, but it is definitely an option you can use. Moving on to our best relics, one of our best sets is the Messenger Traversing Hackerspace. What it does is the 2-piece increases speed by 6%, so that's a nice speed increase right there for your Bronya. The 4-piece, when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally, speed for all allies increases by 12% for 1 turn. This effect cannot be stacked. So this one, again, as I mentioned for our previous Lightcone, if you are speed tuning your team, the 4-piece right here might be a little difficult to deal with. So a good option to do is rock 2-piece of Hackerspace along with the 2-piece HP set. So you'd get a 2-piece speed increase, and the 2-piece for this one is increases max HP by 12%, making your Bronya more sustainable to taking damage. And the 4-piece for this set is practically useless on her. When the wearer is hit or has their HP consumed by an ally or themselves, their crit rate increases by 8% for 2 turns and up to 2 stacks. The 4-piece is useless for Bronya, do not bother with it. But the best relic set you can run on her is rocking 2-piece of this set along with 2-piece Hackerspace. Another alright option is rocking Musketeer, and that is just practically because of the first part of the 4-piece. The 2-piece increases attack by 12%, which is, since Bronya is your support, I know she can guarantee crit and all that, and you're going to build a crit damage and all that, but she's still not there for damage, she's there to buff you. And for the 4-piece, the wearer speed increases by 6%, and basic attack damage increases by 10%. So this sort of helps with your basic attack damage if you are low on skill points, I guess, the occasional times you have to use it. But the main thing here is increases your speed by 6%, which the 2-piece of the Hackerspace does as well. So again, the best set you could rock is 2 Hackerspace and 2 max HP set. This helps you gain more speed and gives you more HP. For her best planet ornaments, the best set for her overall will be Broken Keel. What it does is increases the wearer's effect res by 10%. When the wearer's effect res is at 30% or higher, all allies' crit damage increases by 10%. So this is going to be the best one overall, because most DPSs will all benefit from their crit damage bonus that you get here. And another solid option for her is the Fleet of the Ageless. What this does is increases the wearer's max HP by 12%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, all allies' attack increases by 8%. So when you have 120 speed or higher on your Bronya, which is really easy to get, your allies get an 8% damage bonus, and your Bronya also gets 12% max HP increase, so a little more survivability there as well. So this is overall not a bad option. As for the main stats, for the body, you're going to rock crit damage. Reason you're rocking crit damage is so your ultimate can provide a bigger buff, because obviously her ultimate, the crit damage she gives others, is scaled off her own. So rocking a crit damage body piece is very important. For the feet, you will be rocking speed. For the orb, you will be rocking HP percent or defense percent, and for the link rope, energy regeneration rate is your way to go. And for the substats, you want to prioritizing having speed until the breakpoint, which is 134. You also kind of want to play with the speed until it is a little under your main DPS, just so your DPS can attack, and then after that, Brony's turns up, and then she can give your DPS another turn, all that kind of stuff. The speed part is very much depending on your other character's speed and stats. After speed is crit damage, because more crit damage, the better buff from her ultimate. After crit damage, HP and defense percent are relatively equal because you want her to not die in one hit, so HP and defense percent can help a lot. And if you're running Broken Keel, and after HP and defense, effect res is nice. Even if you're not running Broken Keel, effect res is nice due to the fact that if your Bronya gets stunned, it's a bit of an issue. And if you are running Broken Keel, you definitely want to prioritize getting at least 30% effect res so you can actually get the bonus. So effect res is also a very important option. And so yeah, that is the Bronya guide. Let me know how many of you guys are continuing to use Bronya to this day, how much you guys like Bronya, because Bronya is a fantastic character and very fun to use. Hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.